Hi, I'm Lolo Lam. Welcome to UDAYA. Now, for today's class, this is just like a little 40-minute practice. This is called Wring It Out. And the reason I called this practice Wring It Out is because often when we take twists in yoga, we kind of have this sort of tendency to bend the spine around and that kind of thing, whereas actually what you want to almost imagine is if you were wringing out a wet cloth and you're trying to drip, like wet, all the wet and the drips of water out of the body, which is why I called it Wring It Out. So, coming to standing. So, toes together, heels slightly apart, eyes closed, hands relaxed down by the sides. Just for a moment, hunch the shoulders up into the ears, have a little squeeze, and then just let them drop down. And again, shoulders up to the ears, squeeze, and relax them down. Good. So the eyes are closed. Take a nice deep breath in. Open the mouth. I like a bit of noise. Deep breath in. Open the mouth, don't be shy. And one more time. Deep breath in. Mouth open. Good. So the eyes are closed. You're just tuning in. Just feeling the energy of the body. Just feeling that very natural, that subtle downward feeling of energy in the body. So every time you're sat or you're standing on the mat, you will get a sense of this. It's very natural for the body to earth, to ground itself down. So bringing the awareness down into the feet, picking up all your toes, spreading them out wide, planting the toes down one by one. So you've got a good connection of the feet to the mat. And just very gently, just take a little sway forwards and back. So this is not a big movement. This is a very gentle, almost like you're sort of a tree, just very gently swaying in the wind. Very gentle movement. And you're noticing the weight is shifting into the heels, rolling through to the front of the feet. And somewhere in there, your body is trying to find a sense of equilibrium and a sense of balance. Slowly stilling the swaying action, feeling that nice sense of grounding through the feet. Start to bring the energy up through the body. So bring it up through the calf muscles, coming up through the quadriceps, gently lifting the kneecaps, drawing the energy up into your root center, starting to activate through the first of our central bandhas. So Mula Bandha at the root. So rather than just gripping on the root muscles, these two actions will help to engage Mula Bandha. So you're going to send the inner thighs back, almost as if you're making an imaginary thigh gap. So you're sending the inner thighs back and drawing the belly button towards the spine. So as you draw the belly button in, you're going to feel a lift of the torso. The inner thighs are going to roll back, and you'll notice the feet will ground down, and you'll feel a real sort of sense of connection. So finding that sense of connection through Mula Bandha, feel the energy coming up through the body. As you come towards the lower ribs, closing down the lower ribs, feeling the shoulder blades moving down the back as you lift the front of the body. Let the energy lift up behind the sternum, lifting the ribcage out of the pelvis, broadening into the collarbones, shoulders relaxing, neck is lengthening, and energy reaches up and out through the crown of the head. Finding a connection to the breath. So we're going to turn on our Ujjayi pranayama. Nice deep breath in through the nose, opening the mouth. So you can really start to get it rolling. Deep breath in, mouth open. And then this time, deep breath in through the nose, lips sealed as you exhale. Same sound. Beautiful. Deep breath in, long breath out. Almost like you're drawing the breath from that little notch in the throat. Deep breath in, long breath out, blinking the eyes open. Inhale, sweep the arms high, take the gaze to the fingertips. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, soften the knees slightly as you bring the hands down to the mat. On an inhale, lengthen through the spine, squeezing in the belly. And as you exhale, step it back through your long plank. Taking a nice deep breath in, belly strong. As you exhale, drop your knees, your chest, and your chin down. Roll onto the belly, come forwards, inhaling to a low cobra. As you exhale, push it back through a child's pose. Sit bones back towards the heels, really stretching it out. Good. Take a deep breath in, tuck your toes under, and as you exhale, press up into your down dog. So just starting to walk out, pedaling out through your heels, walking out your dog. Take any movements in your body that you might need just to really get yourself into this space. So if you've only got like 40 minutes to do a relatively short practice, you really want to sort of find your way into these poses. So let yourself move. Don't be stiff in your practice. Allow the body, the spine to mobilize. Good. Then bring the focus to the fingertips spreading nice and wide. First finger is pretty much pointing forwards. Really find a connection through the knuckle of the first finger and thumb. Pressing the mat away, little softness into the elbows, bringing the elbows down and towards each other to bring that external rotation through the shoulders. So you really want to feel the shoulder blades drawing down the back. Feel a sense of broadening across the collarbones. So don't dump into the armpits, rolling the shoulders in. Roll them out, pressing the mat away, finding that length through the spine. Feel the sit bones moving back and away from each other behind you. Staying connected with your breath. On your next exhale, bend your knees, step your right foot to the front of the mat, meet it with your left foot. On an inhale to lengthen, and exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, folding it forwards. Inhaling to lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, taking knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling an up dog or low cobra. And exhale into your down dog. Good. Nice deep breath in and a long breath out. Good. So spreading those fingertips wide, rolling open those shoulders, lengthening through the spine. Everyone bend your knees for a moment and stick your bottom out. Really feel the sit bones lifting up and away from each other. So there's this little thing called the jack and the break. They talk about this in Tripsicore yoga, Tripsicore, where the jack is where the tailbone tilts up. The break is when it pushes long. So you get the sense of lengthening out through the tailbone. So finding that sense of length, starting to work the energy through the back of the legs, gently starting to press the heels back down towards the back of the mat. The tailbone continues to lift and push long. The kneecaps draw up the thighs as the legs start to straighten. And it feels like the thigh bones are being drawn towards the back wall. Finding the breath. On your next exhale, bend your knees. Step your left foot to the front of the mat, meet it with your right foot. On an inhale to lengthen, and exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms high, ride the breath up. And one more time, exhale, folding it forward, drawing the belly in as you fold. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine, through the crown. Exhale, step or float back, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling to an up dog or a low cobra. Exhale into your down dog. Good. So using the breath, nice deep breath in, engaging from the root. And as you exhale, a long exhale through the body, sending the breath through the body. Take a slight pigeon toe to the feet. So the toes in, the heels very slightly out. So you may start to feel that internal rotation coming through the thighs. Keep rolling the shoulders open, driving the mat away through the first finger and the thumb. Keep the broadness through the collarbones and a softness through the neck. On your next exhale, bend your knees, step or float to the front on an inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms high, ride the breath up. And exhale to Samasthitihi. Bending the knees, inhale through your chair pose. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhaling through chaturanga, landing light. As you inhale, drawing it into an up dog. And as you exhale, taking it back to your down dog. Stepping the right foot forward between the hands. Inhale, bring it up, warrior one. Sweeping it high. As you exhale, bring the hands down. Frame the front foot, step back. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. As you inhale, opening up the collarbones. And as you exhale, taking it to your down dog. The left foot steps forward between the hands. The inhale picks you up, warrior one. As you exhale, the hands come down. Frame the front foot, step back, don't drag the foot. As you inhale, take it to an up dog. And as you exhale, drawing it into your down dog and breathe. Good, nice deep breath in. Long breath out. As you draw the breath in, bring it up the front of the spine. And as you exhale, allow it to travel down the back, long out through the tailbone. So you really get a sense of lengthening, like you're drawing the rib cage and the pelvis away from each other. You've got this sort of sense that the core is becoming strong as those two parts of your body move away from each other. On your next exhale, bend your knees, step or float to the front on an inhale to lengthen through the spine, and exhale to fold. Inhale, coming into your chair pose, riding the breath up. Exhale to fold. Find the rhythm of your breath. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Use your breathing. Inhaling to an up dog. Exhale to your down dog. The right foot steps forward between the hands. As you inhale, take it up, warrior one, using your breath. Exhale, bring it down, step it back, chaturanga. Pull the belly in, take it slow. Inhaling to your up dog. And exhale to your down dog. Stepping the left foot forward between the hands. Squeeze the belly, inhale to rise. As you exhale, bring the hands down. Squeeze the belly in. Stepping the foot down. As you inhale, drawing the heart open, using the breath. And as you exhale, taking it into down dog. Step the right foot forward between the hands. As you inhale, take it up with the breath. As you exhale, bringing the hands down, frame the front foot, squeeze as you step back, keep the belly strong. As you inhale, draw the shoulder blades down the back. And as you exhale, pull in the belly to lift the sit bones. Step the left foot forward, use the breath, ride on up. Exhale, bring it down, pulling in the belly. Keep breathing, let the inhale, broaden the collarbones. And exhale to your down dog. Nice deep breath in and a long breath out. Just nod your head, shake it no. So soften through the neck, soften through the jaw. Observe what's going on in your body. So when you move into down dog, let the awareness go in, travel it around, see what your shoulders are up to, see where it feels tight, what you think might need stabilizing, what needs opening. Listening to your body. On your next exhale, bend your knees, step or float to the front on an inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale coming through your chair pose, and you can hold it here. So the weight is nice and even underneath the feet as you come into Utkatasana. You should be able to see your big toes between the triangle of your knees. If you can't, sit back a little into the heels and sit down a little further. Try to avoid the chest dropping forward. Try to bring the chest back on top of the pelvis. Squeeze the knees together. Bring the energy up through the inner thighs to the belly. And then as you inhale, lift the front of the body. And as you exhale, lengthen down the back. Good. Keeping the front ribs closed down. Try not to flare open the ribs. Good. From here, take an inhale. And as you exhale, coming down, bringing the hands into prayer position, taking the right elbow to the left. So you're taking the prayer across, coming into Pashasana. Good. So you're beginning to take a little twist. Again, as you inhale, keep lifting the front of the body. And as you exhale, sending the breath down the back to bring the twist. Now, releasing the hands from the prayer so that the right hand drops down to the left foot and the left hand reaches up. So you're looking up to the left hand. So you're still taking that nice big twist. Let the sit bones drop a little lower. Bend your knees a little more. Drop your bum down a little further. Bend the knees a little more. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands back into prayer. Good. From here, coming down onto your tiptoes. So coming into a squat, releasing the hands, placing the hands down next to you. Making sure that your left hip is not making a shelf on your left elbow. Your right knees, it's almost like you're trying to tuck them into the top of your right armpit. Looking forwards, not down. You're going to reach your face, your collarbones out. You're going to come into side crow. So you're slowly tipping into side crow. If you wish to take a variation from here, splitting the legs, straighten them out, you can do so. Just playing with this space, trying not to let the face drop too far forwards. Good. Carefully, very gently, coming back, releasing the hands, and inhale, come back into your chair pose, your Utkatasana. Good. Are you still breathing? It's like squeeze, the breath goes. Bring the breath back. Good. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands into prayer, taking the left elbow to the right. So you're taking the prayer to the other side. So again, you're in Pashasana. Try not to let one knee sneak in front of the other, because you're going to find as you're twisting, the body wants to kind of move lopsided. Push the pelvis back and pull the rib cage out of the pelvis. So you're still making space. Releasing the hands open, left hand down, right arm up. Drop the sit bones a little bit behind you, so push the pelvis back. Good. Feel the twist. Keep drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Good. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands back together into prayer. Dropping the sit bones down, coming into a little squat, so you're on your tiptoes. Release the hands to the side, dropping the hands down so that your right knee is snuggling into the back of your left armpit. Don't place that right hip onto that right arm. Don't shelf. Looking forwards, not down. Reach your face and your collarbones out in front of you, squeezing the belly in. Gently start to tip forwards. Good. Nice. Very good. And then very gently, taking your variations if you wish to, coming back, releasing the hands up and inhale back into your chair pose. Good. Finding your breath. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold it forwards. Good. Inhale to lengthen. exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling to an up dog, and exhale into your down dog. Beautiful, finding the breath. Step your right foot forward between the hands, and as you inhale, bring it up to a high lunge position. Find consolidation with the breath. So you're staying in a high lunge this time. Keep the energy through the fingertips. Keep lunging into the front leg, keeping the hips nice and square. Staying connected with your breath. You're going to take an inhale, lifting slightly. And as you exhale, you're going to take a twist. You're going to open up. So taking the right hand behind you, left arm in front. As you lunge into this twist, try not to let the right hip pop out. Try to sort of tuck it back in and underneath you. Good. So keep the front knee tracking forwards, staying with the breath. And then again, using the breath, using the belly, you're going to inhale, kind of come up. And as you exhale, coming back into your high lunge, consolidating in. So you're softening in and out of these spaces as you change the plane of the hips. Now take an inhale, lift the belly muscles in. And as you exhale, step open to your warrior two, your front heel and your back arch in line. As you inhale, lifting in the root muscles. And exhale, softening into the body, but activating out to the edges. It's that balance between softness and activation. Inhale, straighten through the front leg. And as you exhale, reach forwards and down, coming into your triangle. Drawing up through your inner thighs, feeling the extension through the underside of the body. Drawing the right leg back into its socket. So the sit bone is reaching towards the back wall. Let the left hip come forward. Try not to let those front ribs flare if you're quite mobile in the back. Now from here, we're going to take it to a revolved triangle. So you're changing the plane of the hips completely. So from your triangle, you're going to inhale, turn the body to face forward, sweeping the left arm out in front of you, lifting the heel of your left foot. You're going to then place the heel down, releasing the left hand down, either to the inside or to the outside of the foot. You need to choose carefully. Now you can either take the right hand onto the sacrum, or you can take the arm up to take the full twist. But really feeling the action of this pose. Now, I normally don't really enjoy this pose. I find it quite uncomfortable, and there is always a little bit of debate about how much movement you should have in the hips. I would say go very softly as you move into this twist. Listen to what your body is up to. Try to find a connection through the left heel. Try to find some length through the underside of the body. What Emma's doing here is really nice with a block, giving herself some support. And then from here, take an inhale. As you exhale, releasing the right hand down, stepping the right foot back down the mat long, heel and back arch in line. You're going to sweep it up and open into Parsvakonasana, your side angle stretch. So you're moving into your side angle stretch, pressing into the back blade, reaching up and out through the fingertips. Keep drawing that left shoulder away from the shoulder blade down the back. Good. Finding that sense of length. Staying with the breath. And then on an inhale, turning onto the toes of the back foot, you're squaring up again. So we're changing the plane of the hips again, coming into a high lunge with the arms. Bringing the hands down into prayer, taking the left elbow to the right knee. You're going to take a twist. So you're going to take that left elbow across to the right. Breathing is paramount. So breathe into the body, lift the front of the chest. And as you exhale, lengthen down the back to twist. Don't be frightened of lunging into the front leg, keeping the energy into the front leg and the back leg nice and even. Back leg is strong. Feel yourself lifting the heart onto the prayer, staying with the breath. And then from here, take an inhale. As you exhale, releasing the hands down to the mat, gently straightening into the front leg. So the left heel is still off. Very gently starting to press the left heel back down towards the mat. You're sucking the right leg back into its socket, drawing the collarbones forwards and down over that front leg. Staying connected with the breathing. This is a nice deep variation of Parsvakonasana. Feeling the hamstring connecting in. And then from here, softening into the front knee. On an inhale, sweep up the arms, sweep up the back leg, coming into warrior three, coming into a balance. Good. So try to keep the hips nice and square. Energy through the crown, long back of the neck. Internal rotation of that flying leg. Beautiful. From here, take an inhale. And as you exhale, releasing the left hand down, a foot in front of your front foot underneath your chest. And again, you can either take the right hand to the sacrum, or you can take the right hand up to the sky, taking the gaze up as you come into twisted Ardha Chandrasana, twisted half moon, so revolved half moon pose. The trick with this is to look for length before you look to rotate. So as you lift into the collarbones, lengthen down the back and keep lifting that left heel. Good, take an inhale. And as you exhale, releasing the right hand down, take a standing split. Chest forward, reaching up and out through that foot. And then here, if you wish to, you can take a cheeky little handstand. So 3 little goes of your handstand. So nice inhale, exhale, little push. Inhale, exhale, little push. Inhale, exhale, little push. And then take it through your vinyasa. Take it back down through your chaturanga. Inhaling to your up dog. And exhale to your down dog. Reconnecting in with your breath. Left side, step the left foot forward. Inhale, take it up to a high lunge position. Consolidate your high lunge, so nice square hips. Really activating through the back leg as you lunge into the front leg, keeping the belly drawn in. Good, keeping those lower ribs closed down. So you really feel the lift of the front of the body, the length down the back. So we're gonna take that twist again. So you're gonna take an inhale, just come up a little, so sort of press up. And as you exhale, taking the left hand round the back, twisting round, taking the gaze over the left shoulder. Again, try to keep the hips nice and square. So as you lunge into the front leg, keep pressing out through the back heel. That's it, so feel that activation through the body. And then inhale, coming back into your high lunge. So press up, bringing the arms back together. Good. So consolidate with the breath. Inhale, lifting the belly muscles. And as you exhale, step open, warrior 2, your front heel and back arch now in line. Good. As you inhale, really engaging up the root muscles. And as you exhale, sending the breath into the body, keeping that front knee tracking over the middle toe. Shoulders are relaxed, lower ribs closing in, shoulder blades moving down the back. Inhale, straighten into the front leg. Exhale, reach forwards and down, coming into your triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. Again, drawing that left leg back into the socket. The left sit bone is moving back and out behind you. Let the right hip come forward. So try not to collapse the underside of the body. Look to lengthen it out. Pressing into the outside edge of the right foot to open up through the chest. Keep those front ribs closed down. Good, so we're going to revolve triangle. So as you inhale, bring the body forward. So turn the chest to face forwards, placing the right hand down as you lift the heel of your right foot. So you need to square and change the plane of the hips, perhaps changing the foundation of the feet. Now taking the right hand down, it can either go in front, so the inside of the left foot, or if you can take it to the outside, or you can take it to a block. Choose your modification mindfully. If you're taking the left arm up, you're starting to come through that rotation, but keep a connection through that right heel. Breathing up the front of the body, exhaling long down the back. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, release the left hand down, stepping your right foot back long down the mat, so your front heel and your back arch are in line. Inhale, bringing it up into your side angle pose. So bringing the right arm up and over the ear. Good, nice. So feeling that length. So again, you've changed the plane of the hips. So you're moving very gently in and out of these poses. You don't want shearing of the hips. You need to feel your way in and out. Keep drawing that right shoulder blade down the back. Don't collapse the underside of the body and keep those front ribs closed down. Good, take an inhale, and as you exhale, squaring up the hips, so turning to face the front of the mat, so you're coming into a high lunge again, bringing the hands into prayer, taking your right elbow to your left knee, you're taking the prayer across, so you're taking that twisted side angle. So as you can see, Marcus has got his back knee down. This is always a variation for more stability because you're looking for the twist. Lifting the heart onto the prayer, move the prana, let it come up the front of the spine and let it travel down the back. Feel that juicy twist. Keep tucking the sit bones, almost drawing the knees back towards each other. So you're drawing that left hip in and then releasing the hands down to the mat, very gently starting to straighten through the left leg. So you're on the toes of the right heel, and then very gently pressing back into that right heel, sucking the left leg back into the socket. Send the sit bones back and out behind you, so you really engage through the back of that leg as the collarbones come forwards and over the front leg. Staying connected in with your breath, find a little softness into the front knee, squeezing in the belly. You're going to inhale, sweep up the arms, sweep up the back leg, coming into your warrior 3. Engaging the glute muscles to lift that heel. Draw the kneecap up the thigh to straighten the leg. Staying with your breath. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, release the right hand down, a foot in front of your left foot. Taking the left hand either to the sacrum or taking the arm up to the sky. Keep lifting that right heel, coming into your revolved half moon pose. Keep breathing up the front of the body, exhaling down the back. Send the fingertips away from each other. Good, take an inhale, and as you exhale, release the left hand down, take a standing split. Don't drop that top leg. And if you wish to, 3 goes at handstand. So take an inhale, exhale, take a little push. Keep the legs in a big split. Inhale, exhale, little push. Good, driving the top leg up, pulling the belly in, pulling in those lower ribs. 1 more breath, deep breath in, and as you exhale, driving the top leg up. And then we're taking it through a vinyasa, down through your chaturanga, inhaling to your up dog, and exhale to your down dog, just connecting in with your breath. So from here, you're going to take a little version of Utkatasana. So you're going to find connection to the breath. You're going to sort of soften into the knees slightly, turning your heels, both heels, send them to the left. So turning the feet, take an inhale, and as you exhale, start to send the sit bones back, pushing into the hands. So you're almost like in a little version of chair pose. And then as you inhale, press out of the feet, squaring up the heels, dropping them to the right side. And as you exhale, pressing back. Again, inhale to lift the hips, pulling in the belly, switch the heels, exhale, pressing it back. Inhale to lift, switching the heels, exhale, pressing it back. This is always a really nice movement through the side of the body. Inhale up, and then exhale, come back to center, coming back into your down dog. Finding that connection, staying with your breath. And then on your next exhale, bend your knees, jumping through to seated. So you can step the feet through or jump the feet through to seated. Taking the legs out in front of you, we're going to Paschimottanasana. So inhale, reach the arms high, lifting the rib cage out of the pelvis. And as you exhale, reaching forwards and down for your toes. Now, if you have tight hamstrings, as you can see, Marcus is jumping onto his block. Finding that connection. Now, if you can't reach your toes, you can just take the hands to the shins. But looking to prevent this kind of rounding through the spine. Every time you inhale, move the breath up the front of the spine. And as you exhale, allow it to travel down the back. For those of you who are more open, start to really feel the intricacies of a forward fold. Start to notice an internal rotation to the thighs, feeling the energy traveling out through the inside of the leg, out through the inner arch, so the thighs roll in, and the energy travels out through the inside of the legs. So the pelvis is connecting into this forward fold. Staying with the breath. And then very gently from here, as you inhale, just bringing the chest up, you're going to slide the right foot underneath the left leg, tucking the right heel into the left butt cheek. You're going to take the left leg over the top. So we're going to half king of the fishes. Taking your left hand round the back. Inhale, bringing the right arm up. And as you exhale, taking the outside of the right arm to the outside of the left knee, lifting the front of the body on an inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to take a twist. Now, if you're quite stiff, I suggest that you get a block and you place a block behind you so you can put your hand on the block. Keep both sit bones grounded, keeping your left toe connected to the mat. Every time you inhale, lift the front of the body. And as you exhale, try to draw the left shoulder blade down the back to find that rotation. Staying with the breath, inhale to lift the front of the body, and exhale, feeling the rotation, running right from the root all the way through to the crown. And then inhale, coming back to the center, releasing up the legs, inhaling up to Navasana, to your boat pose. Take a little press. So inhale, open up. Exhale, lift it up, squeezing in. Good. So now swapping the sides. So this time you are going to tuck the... Which way around did we do it? So you're going to tuck the left leg underneath the right leg. Take the right leg over the left. So the right big toe is going to connect. Sit bones are grounded. The left heel is tucking into the right butt cheek. You're going to inhale, taking the left arm up. And as you exhale, taking that arm to the outside of the right knee. Now again, you can take your hand onto your block. As you inhale, lifting the chest. And as you exhale, feeling that rotation. Now, if having your arm to the outside of the knee is too much, you can always just hold onto the knee Don't try to overcook a stretch. Everyone sometimes is like really, really trying. Just feel the movement running right from the root all the way through to the crown. So it's not just the upper body that's rotating. Staying with the breath, inhale, lifting the front of the body. Exhale, a gentle twist. And then inhale, coming back to the center, releasing up the legs, and inhale back into Navasana. Take another press. Inhale it open. Exhale, squeeze. Let's do another one. Inhale it open. Exhale, squeeze. One more. Inhale it open. Belly engages, squeeze. Everyone loves to activate the abs. From here, placing the feet down onto the mat, everyone's going to need to find their block. So you're going to slowly activating the belly. You're going to lie yourself down onto the mat. So activating the core muscles. Taking the arms out in front of you, slowly roll yourself down so that you're lying onto the mat. Bringing the heels in towards your bottom so that you can tickle your heels with your fingertips. Ground the feet into the mat. Now from here, as you press into the feet, you're going to take your block or some books, if you haven't got a block at home. You want it to be on its end. So not this way and not on its side. On its end with the wide part wedged onto the sacrum. So your sacrum is like a little triangular plate. Now the block should sit nice and firmly. If it starts to rock around onto an edge, it means it's either too high or it's too low. So you need to kind of wriggle it around to make sure it's in the right position, but it literally should sit there. It should like wedge itself in quite comfortably. So pressing the feet into the mat, peeling the hips up, placing your block in and underneath you. Good, and when you've got the block in the right position, if you need to wriggle around a bit, you can do. Make sure that your knees are hugging back towards the midline. Turn your palms to face up, surrendering the top of the body, the chest. Good, just making sure that your feet are hip width apart. Little bit narrower, that's it, little bit more. Often when I teach a class, I look around the room and I often wonder what people see when they look in the mirror, when they put their feet really, really wide. Like, get a perspective on what your body looks like. Get your feet in the right position, tracking the knees back towards the midline. Now, the block in this position is going to help to connect into the psoas, which is kind of deep into the pelvis. You're going to feel that sort of connection into the hips. Right now, you might be thinking, oh, I'm not really feeling much. Just breathe into the space. You will start to find something. You may not feel it until you come out, but it is quite a deep stretch, especially for people who have very mobile backs. It's kind of really going to connect you into a different space into your body. Just breathing into that space. Allowing the chest to relax, the palms facing up. Keep hugging the knees back to the midline. The weight distribution is 40 to 60, so you want about 40% going through the block and 60% going through your feet. So I'm just going to come and alter a few blocks at the back here. So if you press into the feet, is this block a bit high for you? Okay, keep it there. And that's it, good. Just breathing broadness, sort of feel a sense of like opening across the pelvis. There's a real chance for you to really go inside, like take your vision inside, like move it around and see what's going on in your body. See the subtleties. A lot of the time, movement is not about these big movements that we make. It's about all these kind of subtle connections. And then very gently pressing into the feet, lifting up the hips, removing your block, but keeping your hips up there for a moment. So remove your block away, keep your hips up there for a moment. Notice what part of your glutes may activate in order to maintain that lift. And then very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, uncurling the spine, coming all the way down. Good. Now we're going to take a nice little twist to the side. This is a little bit of a tricky one to talk you into. So you are going to take your right leg. You're going to take the top of your right foot. You're going to tuck the right foot underneath you. You're going to take the top of the right foot with your left hand. So you're going to take the top, so sort of tucking the right foot underneath the left thigh. You're going to take the top of the foot, grab hold of it. Now you're going to either take your right knee, or if you can take the outside edge of the foot, you're going to take a little twist. So you're going to roll the hips over to the right side. So you're binding through your right foot. You're taking either the knee, or if you're a little more open, You can extend the right leg, and you can take the outside edge of the right foot with the left hand. So someone called this a cat tail earlier on, and I thought, oh yeah, that's a good name. I'm not sure what the Sanskrit name for this pose is, but this is a nice, juicy little twist. You may also feel a little stretch through the quad if you're tight in the front of that thigh. Good. So you can see Marcus and Lou, the guys at the back here, have sort of taken the knee as an option because this is quite a deep twist and an opening. So you're finding that connection, breathing into that space. Good. So the gaze is moving over the left shoulder. Breathing into the body. People often talk about twists, and they use the word detoxing, which I think is can be a little bit confusing, because twists definitely massage your internal organs, and I would say they will help to improve the function of your body. Your body is very good at cleaning itself. Twists are very good for kind of moving and massaging the internal organs. They'll increase blood perfusion, and they will allow things to move if there's anything that's sluggish going on in there. And then we're going to swap sides. So gently softening through your left knee. So bringing the left knee to center, unthreading the right foot from underneath you. Just draw your knees back into your chest. So just neutralizing your pelvis, and then taking it to the other side. So you're going to hook the top of the left foot with the right hand, sending the knee down in front of you. And then you're taking that left knee over the top, or you're taking the outside edge of the foot. Should be called a tangle cat, I think. Good. So you're really starting to feel that connection. So you're just softening, trying not to take this as an overly tense, kind of an overly active pose. Allow the body to kind of soften into it. And as you start to be able to open a little more, you'll start to be able to draw that foot around the back. You'll start to be able to draw the knee down the mat a little further, drawing the knee back and out. You'll feel that quad stretch. How are we doing back here? That's it, good. So sending the knee in that direction, that's it. Maybe you can extend out. That's it, good. You can feel that. Nice. Breathing into your body. Always looking for the movement of the breath. Never moving your body into a space where you can't breathe. And then coming back to center, unthreading, drawing the knees back into the chest. Scooching yourself back into that neutral spine position, just drawing the knees into the chest for a moment. And then just for a moment, we're going to take a Viparita Karani. Now, traditionally, Viparita Karani might be done up against the wall, but it actually means change of perspective. So this is also known as Ardha Halasana. So you're just going to very gently extend the legs up and take hold of the back of the thighs. So you're lying on the back. That's it, good. So you're sending the heels up. Now find a little softness. So what you want to find is that the pelvis is grounding into the mat. So a really nice thing to do is to get something heavy. Lou's like, oh, what are you doing? And place a block, a book, Hemsley and Hemsley, Deliciously Ella, any of those cookery books. I just winked at the camera. That's a little embarrassing. Let's hope they cut that out. Placing a block. So try not to drag the feet towards you. Just holding the legs up there. And those feet. That's it, good. So you sort of feel a sense that when the block is there, you get a really nice sense of grounding through the pelvis. So this is a form of, a type of inversion. Don't worry if you drop the block. Good. So try to keep the tailbone grounded. And then let's see how they do. Gently soften the knees. Let's see if you can remove that block. Soften the knees down, removing the block, just drawing the knees back into the chest. Now taking the feet down onto the mat, taking the soles of the feet together, and allowing the knees to fall out to the side, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. Take the arms up over the head if this feels comfortable. You can take hold of the elbows or just surrender the arms up over the top of the head. Now if you find that this gives you any lower back pain or is in any way uncomfortable, you can always just taking your block or your cookery book and just gently placing it underneath the thigh just to create a little bit of support. Allow the chest to soften open. Allow the hips to soften open. So we've done a lot of like twisting through the body. So you're going to feel this sort of sense of broadening across the collarbones, that broadening across the pelvis. It's really, some people find Supta Baddha Konasana quite a vulnerable space because you're kind of lying here very open. Allow a sense of softness to wash through you. And hopefully, that was 40 minutes of your day well spent. Now you can either stay here for a few moments, or you can draw the knees back towards each other, rolling onto your right side and slowly sort of pushing yourself up to a seated position. So draw the knees together, drawing the knees into the chest, rolling onto the right side, and gently pressing yourself up to seated. Just closing your eyes for a moment. I'm Lolo Lam. Thanks for practicing with UDAYA today. Namaste.